Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. All right, y'all, I am back. Sincerest apologies. Some of you do know that we are preparing to put my grandfather to rest, so please excuse that disruption. I had to come back, circle back like Jen Psaki. Okay? However, like I said earlier, I'm not going to hold you guys here alone. I got a little bit of mind transformation and some opportunities, okay? But what I want you to do is share this with everybody that you can possibly share it with. I know the first time it was on me, okay? If you don't mind sharing again, if you don't mind tapping the hearts, if you don't mind tagging somebody, liking, commenting, all of that stuff is how we wealth evangelize, okay? So if you know somebody who got a bad credit score, I'm going to show y'all a play. I'm going to show you how you going to get from one category to the next. And what I was saying previously is when we use cash, which is trash, cash is just a note. It's trash. You can rip it up. You can shred it. It can be burnt. It's valueless, literally, in a sense. And we have been duped to think that cash is king. It's not. Cash has a job, and that is to be currency. The faster it moves, the faster it grows. It just changes from one hand to the next. And that's why we don't have a lot of it. That's why we cash poor. We're struggling to make ends meet because we are cash poor. And there is no shortage of cash. They send it by the billions to foreign countries. They're caught into all kind of corruption that requires money, okay? And that they use money. Look at the DA, Fonnie Willis, and what she had going on with her lover and how money was being changed. It's being changed through sex trafficking. I mean, it's lots of money, enough money for everybody here to have money. So there's not a lack of cash. It's just cash is trash. And the wealthy people play with money like Monopoly. It holds the same value, the same principle as the game Monopoly that we all learned while we were younger and played that game. Where was the real wealth? For those who have ever played Monopoly, you tell me on that game, where is the real wealth? Is it in the cash? Because the cash just kept getting exchanged. If you went to jail, you had to pay a fee. If you landed somewhere, you had to pay a fee. Cash was just a means for them to do what? Somebody talk to me. What was cash a mean for them to do? In a game called Monopoly, because it says like natural things will teach us a lot. What was the principle? What did the money allow us to do on the game board called Monopoly? Since y'all being slow, okay, or too lazy, I'm going to tell you, it allowed us to acquire assets. It allowed us to buy property. So what? So that when people landed on our property, they would have to pay us a fee for just landing on our property. So who controlled the real assets? Those who lived on Boardwalk and those who lived on Parkway. The return on investment was greater. If you own the railroads, transportation, your pay was greater. Hello, somebody. If you own the water or the utility companies, your pay was greater. I hope that you are picking up what I'm putting down, because so many of us complain about we don't have enough, when all you got to do is educate yourself. Nature will teach us stuff. The electric companies, the utility companies, the railroad companies, and Boardwalk and Parkway all had greater value than Vermont, than those little states. But if you land on them, you still had to pay me either way. And then if I had some houses on my land, the value went up about 50 times. Am I telling the truth? How many of y'all know the game Monopoly? All I'm doing is talking about Monopoly, because there are hidden messages in that game, and you had to be educated enough to catch it. Or else you would just be thinking you're playing a fun game. Life is all about figuring out. Simple. Life is all about maneuvering. That's why you have lessons in life. You learn. You're forever learning. That's why it's okay to take risks. That's why it's okay to fail. People are afraid to change their financial status because they don't want to spend money. You can get money back. There's not a lack of money. Why are you afraid to take a risk? It could go wrong, it could go right, but that ain't going to stop you. You're not going to stop taking risks. You ought to be so determined that I'm determined, I'm tired, enough is enough. That is when you will really do something. When enough becomes enough, that is when you will really do something, and not a day sooner. If you ain't tired, if you don't want to change your situation, your circumstance, you will always stay in the valley of Baca, just barely making it. Just barely keeping my head above the water. When you get tired, then you'll do something different. But when we played this game called Monopoly, it was telling us how to pivot and maneuver through life. Let me ask y'all this. Could everybody have an opportunity to own the railroad companies, to own Parkway, Boardwalk, or was it just the greedy and the powerful? Let me know. Thanks for the likes. They really helped me beat the algorithm and get into the For You page. Appreciate you. Without even having to ask. Appreciate you. So we learned back then the game called Monopoly. It's the same thing. We're playing, we're living in a game. It's system. The bankers, remember that, the bankers held the property. You had to buy the property from the bankers. They held the assets, the bankers. And so you had to pay the bankers to acquire property. And that is the way that you were successful. You were successful by default. If you bought, come on now, if you bought houses, if you bought property, if you own the railroad company, if you own the utility company, if you own the water company, if you own Boardwalk, if you owned Park Place, you were rich by default. Anytime somebody land on your property, and you see how many people land on other people's property, they had to get paid. But when you start adding assets to that land, you got 10 times the pay. It went from paying $250. You can just bankrupt somebody just from landing on your property. So what I want to talk about on today, and if you guys don't mind, if you ain't shared already, you just come in and just share, subscribe if you're new. If you're just following me, subscribe. If you haven't shared, share. If you haven't tagged somebody, tag somebody. I mean, these platforms should be exploding. You know how many people is in debt? I'm going to blow your mind with this one. Rich people think because they have a lot of stuff saved up in the bank, a lot of paper saved up in the bank, that they're rich. Amazon, one of the greatest distributors in the world. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much. In the world, Amazon, we're talking about Amazon, the greatest distributor, supplier in the world, not a manufacturer, but a supplier, a transportation business, is in debt. Got all that money, make all that money, but still in debt. Go look it up. Go do the research on Google. Amazon is in debt. Real talk. Because cash is trash. When you spend cash, you're not doing anything but exchanging a banknote. That's it. Because the banks know that the real assets is in land, it's in gold, it's in silver, it's in oil, it's in water. They know that. And it's too many of us that don't know that. Or we too lazy to learn it. As my sister Sandy said, we're too lazy to learn it. There's nobody that got their foot on our necks. When I asked you about Monopoly, was everybody given free access to buy the properties? Yes. There was not nobody holding nobody down from advancing around the board, from buying property. What was most people doing? Collecting cash. I got all these 50s, got all these 5s. Even as a young child. Am I lying? For those of us that have played Monopoly, that game taught us so much, just like chess can teach you so much. These games are not just played for games. They're played to increase knowledge and wisdom and to strategize. That's why we should be giving our kids puzzles and not videos and iPhones, because puzzles help them solve solutions. Chess help them use their mind to strategize. Monopoly help them use their minds on how to be successful, how to own things straight from the gate. You want to avoid going to jail. And even if you do go to jail, you can bond yourself out. You can pay yourself out. You can pay them cash. But the real wealth is in the assets. I'm teaching too much truth right here for this not to be shared. If you're new and somebody invited you, invite somebody else. We got people, yellow, purple, black, and white, okay, that are cash poor. They don't have enough cash, and they asset bankrupt, for real. They have no assets. But I pose a question to you. What do you have that's actually real when the cash crashed and the dollar is completely dead? What do you have that's actually real? And that is why we got to have this conversation. And that is why opportunities present itself to you, so that you don't be on the bottom end of the stick. Okay? That's the clean PG version. Nobody has control over your life or your financial future. We all can say, if you haven't been educated, because some people are educated. They are educated, but they are ignorant because they choose to not apply the education. So they're still ignorant. They full of information and they lack in transformation. And applied knowledge is powerful. It's not knowledge that's powerful. It's actually applying it, okay? So what I will say is, It is time to be asset rich and cash poor, but not in the way that you've been cash poor, in a way that, no, I don't have cash just sitting around. I've taken the cash that I've made and I invested it into something, period. And what is that something? Assets. Why? Because if the dollar dies and I have assets, I can sell my assets for whatever currency is taking place. I can sell, I can barter my assets. If I need water, I can barter my assets. If I need something to eat, I can barter my assets. If cash die, what real do you own in your possession? Ask yourself that. What is real that I own? Okay? If you got something real that you own, shout out to you. You are wise. Because there is nothing new under the sun. And we read according to scripture that the money fell way back in Egypt, so it's going to fall again. There is nothing new under the sun. And all of these banks are crashing, okay? Stocks are way down. Crypto goes up and down. So many people have lost their money over there and that. The whole FXT, that whole little situation, that's not real. It's numbers, but it's not real. It actually falls along the lines of luck. Because one day it may be up and the next day it may be down. One day you may be $1,000 in and the next day you may be, $1,000 negative. You don't have nothing. You lost it all. We just seen too many people playing and taking risks, trying to get rich quick instead of just applying principles. How many of you guys got negative things on your credit report that is illegal? If you don't know, you should know. I'm talking about stop being cash poor and become asset rich. Did you know that credit is an asset? Why? Because you can leverage credit, buy things. You can leverage credit to get you into doors and places. You can leverage credit to actually make you money. You can leverage credit to become a landlord. You can leverage credit for so many different things. What can you leverage cash for? If you go into a bank, if you go into a car dealership and you got a 400 credit score and you say, look, I got 10,000 to put down on the car. And they say, I'm sorry, even with 10,000, we're going to need a cosigner. Your credit shows that you are not accountable to make your payments on time. So they don't care if you got $1 million. Some of them will now. You might roll out of there for $1 million, but it's going to cost you. Versus somebody that go in there with 800 credit score and ain't got no money, no cash on hand. Let me tell y'all something right now. Once you get to a 720 credit score, they don't even ask you for verification of income. They don't need to. Your credit report is more than just a 3-digit number. It tells people whether you are a liability or an asset. Catch that with 2 hands. Cash is a liability, but land is an asset. The stock market determines the value of the dollar. Okay? And with BRICS forming their own allegiance, it's just a matter of moments. Moments, not minutes, moments. Any second here now that we're going to wake up and cash is going to be zilch. It's going to be nothing, worth nothing. People are running around here just trying to save it up. And it absolutely brings you no value. You're supposed to be using that cash to give you assets, to invest in your education, to learn how to go get assets for under market values, learn how to get education to buy real estate. You should be investing in yourself to learn how to go get you some assets, and then taking what you learn from those educational courses, that information, applying it, and then using it to go get you some assets. Because it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And with the things that are happening in the world, we know that time is not on your side. It's not. We've had years to prepare for what's to come. We've had years. Everything in the political arena, everything with inflation and in that arena, the terrorist attacks, the threats of wars and wars that's going on, we already know. And this stuff is being done strategically. Let me tell you what they're doing with the money that is being sent over there. They're buying stocks into oil. Now they is bankrupting this country. This is the biggest bank robbery in history. They are taking the taxpayers' dollars from those who have worked, blood, sweat, and tears, to ship aid over to a foreign country, to grow food, to buy oil. This is just a battle over oil. It ain't never and never no serious war or fight. It's always over trying to take territory. And then people over there defending it with their life, literally trying to take what really is valuable, trying to take land, trying to take oil, trying to take gold mines. Y'all better study what these wars be about, because the cash is not backed by anything but by war. If we not in war, there ain't no cash flow. You just ain't. They didn't have people over there in other countries talking about they've been fighting a war that was over with 40 years ago. Look what they did to Gaddafi. Y'all better go read up about Gaddafi and what he did. He gave everybody equilibrium. He gave them land. He gave them, y'all better go find out what these wars is about. That's all I'm going to say with that, okay? But we're going to talk about assets. We all have issues with assets when credit is an asset. If you got a 650 credit score, 700 credit score, 800 credit score, if you lost your job today, if you had no ways to get money, you can leverage that credit and have no money to go buy you a two-door, a duplex, a triplex, to go leverage it to buy a fourplex. And now you got 3 different ways, if not 4, if you don't live in one of the units, because now you live in rent-free. And you live in tax-free. You can't get taxed on money that you borrowed. That just went over somebody's head, okay? Catch that with 2 hands. They still trying to get Donald Trump. How I'm going to get taxed on something that I didn't work for? I didn't make this. I borrowed this. You do not need credit to go buy real estate, but you need credit to rent a house. Make this make sense. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down, because I'm not going to be here long today. I hope y'all share this with somebody. I hope y'all go crazy on the hearts over here on TikTok. It helps me beat the algorithm. If this is just helping you even a little itty bitty teeny bit, all I'm asking you to do is tap the hearts. The algorithm gonna do the rest of the work, okay? It's just like that. You just keep on tapping on it, and then it just lets the algorithm know, like, yeah, this is a popping video, put it in the For You page, and people like yourself can just scroll through the For You page and say, hey, what is this woman talking about? and tap in. It may be something that'll change their life, and that's free. It don't cost us nothing. It really does not. To have illegal things reported on your credit report is against the law. But guess what? How many of y'all know the credit reporting law? How many of y'all know the credit reporting laws? If you don't know them, then you don't know that what's being reported on you every month is illegal. If you don't know the credit laws, then you don't know what's being reported to you. Reported against you every month is illegal. It's a law. It's a law. It's a law that your personal information better be absolutely correct. Appreciate it. It's a law. According to the consumer law. I dare you to go look it up. I'm going to challenge y'all to go look it up. I'm not looking it up for you. I know it. You go look it up. Put this in right now to Google. What consumer law is it that says personal information has to be stated correctly? And then somebody come back and tell me consumer law, US, tell me what law is it. Come back real quick here. Ask Google, what consumer law states that my personal information must be accurate? What consumer law states that my personal information must be accurate? And then come back and tell me the law, okay? Now, while y'all doing that, or somebody's doing it, if your credit report got your name in all capital, middle initial capital, last name capital, that's the correct way that your name needs to be spelled. However, if it got capital T, on the next line it says also known as or also goes by Tawana, spelled with one N instead of two, and the correct spelling of my last name, the next name gonna have Tawana G for the middle initial, and then my last name, thank you, FCR 15 USC 1681 states that your personal information must be accurate. How many of you guys have seen your credit report? And if you haven't, you should be looking for errors, for derogatory reportings, for obsolete, and for negative reports being reported on your asset report. I'm gonna call it asset report because credit is an asset. You can change your life. U.S. Privacy Act of 1974. It's a law. So how many of you guys have checked your credit report and see your name misspelled? Just say I. Just say I. Do you know that your credit report will take at least a 50-point hit for your personal information? Why? Being incorrect. You want to know why? Because when people go to pull your asset report to see if you're responsible, they're going to see that you use different aliases. So they're going to say, which one is which? Is they trying to scam us or what? We cannot lend to you because we don't know who the real you is. Tawana J Worlds, Tawana G Worlds, Tawana Worlds, Tawana my maiden last name. Which one are you? Not only, so I ain't got nobody that got personal information, or either you don't know and then looked on your credit report and seen. I dare you to go pull your credit report from freeannualcreditreport.com. It's free 99, okay? Because you need to know this. Thank you, A.B. Brown. I got one over here. I do. Thank you. Thank you. So now let me tell you, it's illegal for that to be there like that. It's illegal. Also, how many of y'all got a whole bunch of addresses that you used to live at, addresses that you first lived at, addresses when you grew up as a child in a home that you ain't lived in over 20, 30 years? How many of y'all got a whole bunch of addresses? Put a two in the chat. Because let me tell you, that's illegal. You don't live at all of them places. Therefore, they have to correct your report with your correct address and remove all the others. It's a shady tactic that makes them do that. They do it because when people go to look at your asset, aka credit report, what it's going to tell them is you unstable. You done lived here, there. If we got to come, just in case, we got to come and we got to reclaim something or take something back. We don't know where to go. It's illegal. You understand? All right. How many of y'all put a number 3 in the chat if you got the places you didn't work at? Formerly worked at this place, current employee, unemployed, worked at Taco Bell, worked at this, worked at that. How many of y'all got that on your credit report? Put a number 3 in the chat. That's illegal. Your personal information is not up for public display. You got to know the laws, just like a HIPAA law. If I came on here and told you that somebody had HIV and I exposed their medical record, I'm going to prison. You cannot talk about people's medical status. That is against the HIPAA law. You cannot talk about where people that lived at, where people that worked at. That is nobody's business. You can get somebody harmed. You can get somebody stalking you. You can get somebody that finds you that you don't want to be found by. All because of that credit report. But they're not even the culprits. How many of y'all get that marriage mail in your mailbox and it got coupons on it? Wiener Schnitzels is having a 2-for-1. You like, yeah, I love all these coupons. You know, Kroger's, Piggly Wiggly is having a sale. CVS, Dollar General is having a sale. All for a good sale. How many of y'all do just say I love them sales papers. It's called marriage mail. If you're a postal employee, you know exactly why I say marriage mail. I grew up saying, you know, coupon book, but when I worked for the post office, I had to learn how to use the government terminology, which is marriage mail. Okay? I'm going to tell you why it's marriage mail. Soon as some people say, okay, there you go. Okay? So when you accept that, that is your permission being given to the Nexus and these other small credit bureaus that report your information to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. That is illegal. That's why they got all them addresses on your credit report. And you need to go after them and say, I'm going to need you to stop reporting my information to them. Who's reporting my information to them? And who's reporting my information to them? It's all a scam. Go to a car lot, you got 50 runs that people trying to get you approved. Why? Because they passing and peddling your information. It's illegal. I only gave Chevy permission to run my credit, not Dodge, not Ram, not Motor Ford, not any of that, okay? I only gave it to Chevy. Get that junk up off my report. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Is anybody mad about being bamboozled that bad? We've been bamboozled pretty dang on bad. And you lived your whole life poor. You suffered things you should never had to suffer. Traumatize your own self because you got denied for something you really needed. Have you ever really been in need and you could not leverage your credit? Have you ever really been in need? Have you ever? Just put an I in the chat if you have ever really been in need and try to leverage your credit and they like, unfortunately, and you don't know what in the world you finna do. Do you know that it is illegal to report your financial transactions on your credit report? I want y'all right quick, real fast. Keep on sharing this with everybody, okay? We on a liberation mission today. We only got an hour to liberate as many folks as we can. So if you don't mind sharing, share with somebody because this is truth. This that real tea. Not that tea you drink, but that tea you think. Okay? Share this with somebody real quick, because we're going to help set the captives free. We're going to get liberated in our minds first, because when we get liberated in our minds, we get liberated in our money, we get liberated in our families, we get liberated for life, period, when we get liberated in our minds. All right. I want y'all to go look up real quick. Somebody fast. I need some moderators, okay? Might put you on payroll. Might put y'all on payroll. Go tell me what law, what consumer law states that your financial transactions may not be reported on your credit report. What consumer law states that financial transactions must not be reported? And bring me back that consumer law. How many of y'all do that? What is a financial transaction? Your car payment, your credit card payment, your student loan, whether you're making on-time payments. Them late payments is illegal. Why? Because your payment history, your financial transactions are not supposed to be reported. Somebody come back and tell me the law. Quickly. Tell me the law. You know, your hand is a digital recorder for your mind, so that's why I'm making y'all interact. There's 4 types of learning styles. Audio, where you hear it and it clicks. Visual, where you see it and it clicks. Interactive, where you do it and it clicks. And kinesthetics, where you feel it and it clicks. That's why everybody can remember the movie Jaws, because they had all 4 senses activated with that movie. They heard it. They saw it. Kids splashing around, the little tail running through the water. They felt it. They was all under the covers, peeking through their eyes, trying to see if he was going to attack them. You understand? And they interacted with it. That's why if I say, what movie is this from? Dun, 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 dun. They'd first be like, Jaws? First name that they mentioned would be Jaws. Why? Because all 4 of their senses was activated. All 4. So the reason why I'm having you go pull up that number, ain't nobody got it that fast. You got to be fast. Come on back here and give me the number. There you go. Thank you, sister. You own it. US 15 US 168 1B. It states that financial transactions, do it state that financial transactions are not to be reported on your credit report? It's a law. So you mean to tell me y'all gonna let them break the law and you ain't gonna do nothing about it? Child support. Anybody owe child support and need that junk removed off their credit because they can't get approved for anything? Anybody got a student loan being reported on their credit report? And let me make this disclaimer. To have it removed from your report does not mean that you don't owe the debt. It just means that it cannot be reported to keep you from getting access to credit, which is assets, land. You can use credit to do all of these things. Let me tell you, when you get a Delta Sky Miles credit card, you don't fly the same. Your experience is not the same. You are not in the regular, lobby where everybody's waiting on their plane to board. No, you are inside of the Delta Lounge. And that's where all the miracles happen. Hey, where are you from? Oh, I'm from this place. What? Yeah, nice to meet you. They in there drinking, sipping, chilling on their phones, networking. Hey, let's connect. Okay, bring you out, fly you out. Yeah, absolutely. I love what you're doing. I support you. That is where the miracles happen. But guess what? The people that you need to meet that got your breakthrough, the people that you need to meet, they not where you shop at. They not where you live at. They don't go to your churches. They don't go to the corner store that you go to. They're not in your sphere or your circle. Meaning you got to get into theirs in order to network and collaborate, change your whole entire life. People be thinking that they be buying courses. No, you better be getting access to who's inside that group. that can actually get you to your next level. The power of a community is powerful. I got with one person that said, look, your story need to be told. I'm finna go run this to them real quick. And yeah, we finna do the dang on thing. And I got a whole entire TV show, JD3 TV. The intro that y'all see, it says JD3 TV on it. I'm a part of a network. Every year we get on a boat with 30 millionaires, 20 billionaires. And we get on the boat and we get to sit there and say for 3 minutes or for 5 minutes what it is that we do. And everybody has to give some type of contribution to your business. Imagine that. You got 30 millionaires and 20 billionaires all saying, yeah, I want to invest. But see, you will never get on that ship because you don't know nothing about it. You do not pay for information. You pay for proximity and you pay for access. And that is why the Bible says, buy wisdom, even if it costs you your last penny, because wisdom will bless you. You get in the room with them people. I come out here and then make no mistake, okay? I love all my brothers and sisters, don't matter what color you are. But when I come out here to speak to my people, I'm coming out here to speak to my people out here. But when I get behind them closed doors and they're like, how much did you do this month? I did $1 billion. I'll be like, I'm going to tell you something. Being in them rooms, hearing them people say they did $1 million in a day and in a month. Oh no, baby. It will provoke you to do something. There ain't no way in the world you're going to stay there broke on a millionaire's watch. Let me tell you that right now. The energy is too energetic. When people go to Oprah, she lives in a realm of power. She lives in a realm that if all you do is come sit with her in her realm, you'll be rich and successful overnight. Just sitting next to her. She ain't even got to say your name. Just tag your name in a photo that you took next to Oprah Winfrey. And baby, it carries weight. She lives in a realm of wealth. So does Bill Gates. He lives in a realm of wealth. He looks like a nerd. You can say whatever you want to say. You don't have to like them, but they live in realms that other people ain't ever touched. Elon Musk lives in a realm. Just getting 1 minute of his information will transform your whole entire life. And there's stories out there where one man said he working on the line. Elon Musk come. He like, what you doing here? You better than that. I don't see you working on the line. I see you owning your own company. Just because that man told him that, and he was a brother, just because that man told him that, the truth, he went on ahead and gave up his job and went and put his whole heart into his own business. And that thing is successful to this day. He testifies about it all over the place. If we want to get free, it's on us and not on them. We got to stop having this massa mentality. Y'all type that. Massa mentality no more. We got to stop having this massa mentality. What is a massa mentality? The government will help us. The government will fix it for us. The government will give us a handout. We believe everything that they say. Everything is true. They got our best interest. No, they don't. They don't like you. With the click of a button, they can either lower your gas or raise it. With the click of a button, they can lower the prices of your food or raise it. When a loaf of bread becomes a day's wages, who gonna be able to afford it? Will it be you? Will you be able to afford a day's wages for a loaf of bread? Maybe one day, maybe 2 days, but baby, there's people that are pothole pissy broke. Are you tired of living that life? Period. Because now I'm going to pose a question to you. Because it ain't until you tired. You can hear all the information, all the motivational speeches. You can hear the Bible. You can say all the prayers you want to. I promise you the goodness. I promise you the goodness. Ain't nothing gonna change until you change it. And if you want to stop being cash poor and asset rich, the number one thing you need to do is get your credit together. Well, that takes too long. That's too hard. It's hard to be broke. Is it hard? Is it hard being poor and broke? Somebody talk back to me. You can, even if you in passing, you can say yes or no. Everybody should comment. Is it hard to be broke? Is it hard to not have what you want? Is it hard to not have your needs met? Is it hard for you to figure out how you're gonna make ends meet? Is it hard when you gotta put in the work to apply for 50 jobs and y'all don't even know that your credit is ran when you get insurance, car insurance? Why is my car insurance this high? Did you know they run your credit? She should have did it. Yeah, tell her that's cool. My husband bringing me lunch. You're amazing. Thank you. Is it hard for you? Is it hard mentally? Is it hard financially? Is it hard physically for you to be in the same situation you in right now? Is lifing for you, and is life hard for you right now? Just put hard in the chat, truthfully. Because the first step in change is acknowledging, I'm in some mess. And it's been hard to get out of it. Now, did you know? What's 15%? Give me 1 second. If they can get it done, that'll help us a little bit better. Really? I don't know about that. So anyhow, is it hard to be where you are? Because it's going to be hard to get out of it. It's a simple process, but it's not going to be easy. When I tell you it's going to be hard, I'm meaning that you may have to say, look, I sent you a dispute letter saying that you needed to remove that. And you did not remove it. So now here go my second follow-up according to the law. And if you violate my consumer laws, then I have to violate your business practices by obtaining me a lawyer. Most people don't want to challenge their credit. That's why they put it off on everybody else. Yeah, you can do it for me. And that is when you get scammed. And then get mad because you got scammed because you was lazy. Nobody knows how desperate you are to get your credit fixed. Nobody knows how fast you need to get your credit fixed. Nobody cares, to be honest. If you come to me and say, I need to get this done by next week, I'll hear you, take your money and then, get to it. But I got other stuff going on. So somewhere along the cracks, something going to slip. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? But people are lazy. And they do not want to do the work. But you get to pick your hard. It's hard to stay broke. And it's going to cost you more. And let me tell you the reason why it's going to cost you more. The reason why it's going to cost you more is because you're going to have a double deposit if they even fool with you. If they even approve you, it's going to come with contingents. A double deposit. So now I got approved, but dang, I got to get some more money. Because they want a double deposit, Because they want a double deposit. I got to go get some more money. Where am I going to get this money from? Did you know that you can rent a place called a corporate lease and never utilize your personal credit? Did you know that you can go buy an industrial building, commercial property, and then start renting it out to a laundromat or start renting it out for proms and birthday parties and events? So now you're making money. You didn't leverage their money. You didn't have none. Remember, you leveraged their money to make you money. Paid them back. Now you're in profit mode. Choose your heart. If you got child support payments, those are not supposed to be being reported. That's a financial transaction. It was intended to keep you from never being able to get anything. It was intended to keep you poor. Judgments, repossessions. Y'all name some of the things that you know you got on your credit report. Ain't no shame in our game. I had repossessions, student loans, heart inquiries. You understand? I done had it all. I got my credit fixed. They had took it off 5 repossessions. Real talk. And people like, you ain't embarrassed about? No, I'm not embarrassed. Embarrassed for what? I'm correcting it. So I'm proud. I'm proud that I didn't stay dumb. I'm proud that I didn't keep on passing down the traditions of my parents and grandparents. I'm proud that I can actually get approved for a loaf of bread. I'm proud. The first time I heard them people tell me that I was approved for a $25,000 credit card, I almost hit the floor. I had never been approved for nothing in my life. When I came out of the house and trying to do something for my own self, my mom and them had already used my credit. It says on my credit report, credit established before the age of 18, period. Okay? I never had a fighting chance until I educated myself. I need to know how to get this off. What is the Federal Credit Reporting Act? What is consumer law? What are stuff that you got on your credit report that you need removed? Because I got an offer for y'all, okay? $97 bundle. If you got the four major things, if it's your personal information, got a dispute letter for that, okay? You go in and you just put in your information. It's already done for you. It's done according to the laws, Federal Credit Reporting Act and the consumer law, so that they know that you now know. You can have hard inquiries removed off of your credit report in 24 hours or less. That will give you a boost to your credit score. Instantly, the personal information to be corrected will give you 50 to 70 point increase. Those late payments murder your score. And this is the kicker. They don't just murder your score in January. They murder it in February. They murder it in March. Every time it say 30 days late, 60 days late, 90 days late, 120 days late. They can only report it for 120 days, give it a break, because they know you can go from a 600 to a 400 instantly. You can have an 800 and go run your credit, and a hard inquiry hits you, and you didn't drop 100 points to a 700. Get that stuff removed. It's simple. It's illegal. Stop letting them rape you. How many of you guys would like to get asset rich? Change your credit. It's as simple as filling out name, address, email or phone number, the name of the debtor, the name of the creditor, their address, and this is the account I want removed off. I have done for you templates. Doesn't matter if you have a repossession, student loans, doesn't matter if you on check systems, that's reporting a financial transaction. Doesn't matter if you have a judgment, doesn't matter if you have a lien, if you have bankruptcy. When I tell you I got all of the disputes, every dispute that you can think, a settlement offer, hey, I want to settle on this account. I know that you say that I owe you $5,000, but I also know that you charge this off, which means, okay, which means that you charged this off and you got paid for it. And now you're trying to double back and get double paid for it. We're not doing it. Okay? I have a bundle for you guys. It comes with 4 dispute templates. You copy them, or either you can print them. You get them, you print them, you put your information on, you send them out to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Come back to me in 30 days and give me your updated report. I promise you, you will be 100% satisfied. I promise you, you will be 100% satisfied. Not only that, let me tell you something. Everybody got credit woes. I don't care if they spoke up or if they didn't speak up. Here on this live, you can sell these templates. You want to know what you can sell digital? These templates. Y'all all know somebody in your family right now that got one of the 4 things that I just listed. And then now that you got the law, you can go say, did you know this? Is it illegal to be reported on your credit report? No, I didn't know that. Look, I got this dispute letter. You can buy all 4 of these from me for $97. Now you do that over and over and over and over again. You just got a return on your $97 investment over and over and over and over again. If you just wanted to sell one template for $97, you can. I do. That 24-hour hard inquiry removal play, that's $97, period. Repossession, I might give some free to get a lead magnet for them to buy my whole entire bundle. So I got dispute templates that you can go and print off right now, put them in the mail. And in the next 30 days, your credit score and your life will change for the better. And you have some assets. Can I serve anybody? Okay. I also have, if it's you, say, let me get one. I'm going to give you 4 in a bundle for $97. But if you really want to go further, faster, get all your stuff taken care of, you also get access to some bankers that'll give you funding. Their contact information is in there. And you also want to go ahead and get access to building business credit, so you stop using your credit for good and you leverage their business credit if you want to get that. Okay. And then you want to get in a group where I show you how to leverage your new credit without ever utilizing your credit, how to leverage it. You go ahead and you get approved for $15,000 over here, then let them buy a trade line from your credit. You charge them, because you got a $15,000 limit. You charge them $1,000 to $1,500 to be put on to be reported to the credit bureau, to be put on your credit card. They don't get no card. They just get the trade line reporting, and it will give them instantly a 100-point increase. Okay. Now, if you want that, you can buy that for $497. So you get the done for you course. It's already done for you. You can pick apart which one you want to sell individually. You can go and say, well, I'll do 4 for this price. I'll do 8 for this price. Everybody and their mama need credit. Do you understand me? So now you not only have a way to change your life and your family, we're talking about generational wealth here. Do it for your mama, do it for your husband, do it for your children. Just imagine all of y'all got clean credit. Now y'all can go buy y'all some land together. Now you're rolling in that dough. Get you a house built on that bad boy, utilizing credit. You can buy a home, $1 million home, in your business name using your business credit, and just put $200,000 down. No documentation needed at all. This is the importance of being in the community, because you get to learn that. This is an importance of somebody that did this, been there, done that. Let me show y'all real quick before I go. I think I showed y'all the other day. but it's real. It's not fake. And because I have did it, now I'm coming by to say, let me help you do it. Sister Sandy, you know I'm a woman of... It will? All right. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. So since I've done it, is what I was saying. Now it's my time to show you how to do it. If you want to. If you don't, Dr. T ain't gonna beg you. These folks out here gonna make you realize when the opportunity presented itself, I don't care. By the way that y'all moving, I need to be doing all kind of things. I need to be moving simultaneously. I need to have multiple streams going on by the way that y'all moving, because what I need to get, I need to get it in a hurry because I procrastinated or I was too lazy to learn what I should have been learning a long time ago. Period, point blank. Let me open this up. So now I'm just trying to lead a tribe, okay, of other folks that want to go and want to learn how to do it. What I was saying to you, Sister Sandy, you know I'm a woman of prayer, okay? I don't never say this unless the Most High tell me to say it. So I hope it's that you receive it and that it's confirmation. I'm not going to say I hope because I already know. Before he ever tell me something, he didn't told you something. So now he's sending me to retell you. You're supposed to be one of my in the millionaire monarchs as a mentee. I'm not going to call you out because I don't work with everybody, okay? Let me say that first and foremost. If you know me, you know I don't work with everybody. But what I will do is those that I am assigned to work with, those that the Most High has a specific assignment, I will never disobey him and not tell you what he said. And you are one that's supposed to be in the millionaire monarch. Put your fears to the side and let God guide. That's really what I can say. Put your fears to the side. You're worthy of the risk. And he said, if you darest take a step, then he'll guide your path. Okay? He'll guide your path. Let me pull this up here. Says, I'm overwhelmed. You shouldn't be overwhelmed at all. He don't want you overwhelmed. Overwhelmed keeps us bound. I'm telling you this today because that's what he told me. He said the next time you get on live, and anybody that ain't been here before, they already know. When I call you, it's on purpose. Okay? It's on purpose. I'm not calling you for no other reason. It's just on purpose. He told me to call your name. And a lot of the times we think that we wait on him. We're not. He's waiting on us. And you need people that he has given the wisdom to give you the wisdom so you can do exactly what he purposed you to do. Don't worry about the risk. Worry about the reward. Don't focus on the risk. Focus on the reward. That's what the Lord said. Don't focus on the risk. Focus on the reward. God is God. He owns 1,000 cattle on a hill. Okay. We be focused on the risk, the investment. You know, what could possibly go wrong? Is this really gonna work? And we never choose to focus on the reward. How this is gonna benefit me, how this is gonna help me. Okay. So I wanted to tell you that in obedience. Now, want to play this real quick? I never in my life thought that I would be able to do anything like this. I was not the person that people told me I was going to be great. They actually told me that I wasn't going to be great. They actually told me I had too many kids. Okay. They told me that I would never be anything, that I was in trouble. They told me that all of that belongs to my children and my grandchildren and to the people that God has entrusted to go with me. Okay? All of that also. Look at that. That's generational wealth. Really, honestly. Some of y'all was supposed to get in on that land thing. Uh-oh, hold on. I didn't hit the wrong button. I want to show y'all over here. As far as you can see, we own it. That's why I'm panning all the way to the road. We own that. I never in my life would imagine that I can own such a thing. I never in my life could imagine that I've had 2 books that I've written. I never in my life could imagine that I would be in. Dr. T, I got my digital book on Amazon. Salute to you, my sister. Salute to you. Salute to you. I love to hear it, okay? Some of y'all, congratulations to you, sister. I really, really, really am super duper proud of you. I really am. And I bless God for you. I'm super proud of you. And send me the link, okay, so I can check it out for sure. I support you. It's one thing about being a part of my programs. You ain't going to outgive me. And I'm going to support all of my, I like to call them my the ones that go alongside. I use clients or customers as a terminology in business, but no, these are my family members. Like, I pour into them. I give them the tools, resources. They just got to execute it. But I'll give them anything that I got. Anything that I got. Some of y'all were supposed to join me on that land venture yesterday. Let me ask you, why didn't you? If God is trying to get you from being cash poor and become asset rich, why didn't y'all? I obeyed God. I even reduced it to a price that you could afford. Being obedient to him, not because I need your money. If I show you how much money could be made, how much money I have made, and I show you my receipts, then why wouldn't you let me help you? I don't post everything for the book because everything in everybody's business. My son actually said, Mom, I want to buy some land, and we went and copped him some. He's like, I want to put an amusement park. We can do so many things with this land. I never in my life imagined, ever, that God would use me, but he's doing it, and I'm grateful because now he wants to use me, and that's what a surrendered life is all about. He wants to use me to help you. I'm going to ask y'all again, why y'all didn't jump in on that? I don't care if you had to put it on a credit card. Ask Klarma to pay for it now and you pay them back later. You could have been into making you some money mode. Do you know you can buy land with no money? You just need to know how to do it. That's it. I got access to land that's dirt cheap. If you don't do nothing else but let your land appreciate, next year you can go pull out a whole lot more than $497 that you invested. You can go pull out $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. What would that do for your life? If all you had to do was wait for 12 months, and in 12 months, say that, look, this 9-to-5 grind is over with in 12 months. I'm going to go pull this out, buy me some equity, and go buy me some real estate. So now I get money monthly. I'm going to retire myself and retire my own family. I'm going to put my family, they ain't going to never have to worry about getting evicted. They want to rent, they can rent from me, put it in a family trust. We'll always have the trust. What's up, my people? What's up? Are we really serious about doing what we were born to do? Are we really serious? My plan was to purchase a land business. However, H&R Block has put me on the text radar because I messed up my stuff. It's okay. I'm keeping what I have. It's trying to get in my way. That's all right. Remember, I told y'all, whenever you make movements, not mouth. And then whenever we use our word and use that mouth muscle, no, whenever you make movements, you can expect controversy. You can expect some pushback. You can expect that. But that's an indication that this is the right way to go. Because if it wasn't this hard, or if there wasn't somebody trying to block me and stop me, first of all, what are you trying to block me and stop me from seeing? That's going to make me go hard. That's just like the enemy will tell you, you shouldn't invest in that. You're going to lose your money. Why? Because he don't want you to learn. When you learn wealth and when you start doing it, you break his evil system over your bloodline. Who ready to go with me today? What y'all want? You don't get fought to go spend money and be a consumer. Peep game. The devil don't fight you to go spend your money on fast food. He don't fight you to go shopping. You never get fought. It might be the spirit, like, you can't afford that. Yeah, I'm going to override that. He'll even give you ideas. You can make that back. You can call somebody and borrow, get a payday loan. He'll give you ideas to go get indebted to him. But the moment you decide in your mind first, because that is where the battle is going to be, that, you know what, I really do need to change this. What this woman is saying is absolutely true. I ain't seen her do it before. She coming up here helping me. She's talking to, she blue in the face. God, you keep giving me a sign. I asked for a sign yesterday. You didn't give me another sign. So God now, it just excuses. Now he want to fight you because he know you that close to your breakthrough. Okay, who can I serve today? Just put an I am. If it's one, cool. My job is done. I'm 12 minutes over my time. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm telling you right now, if you want to get invested into any assets, credit is an asset. It's never gone anywhere. It's been around for centuries. Before Christ, it's been around. When you didn't have money, you go sold your house as collateral. If you couldn't afford to give it back after 50 years, it was given back to you. They had contracts. I'll take off my shoe and my gold and give it to you for this. Matter of fact, Jeremiah 32, okay? Jeremiah was told to buy some land during war. Don't play. But I'm going to keep it there. Anybody before I go, today is your time. Right now. Today is your time. If I can serve you, just put an I in the chat. If I can, then I taught you something. Either way it go, mission is accomplished. If it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. Just know that. Okay? Just know that. And then this will be another poor moment. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Okay? All right, y'all. Peace out. See y'all the next time.